Philippines Tzu Chi volunteers have completed the 2-day cash relief cleanup program at Batangas. In Taiwan, a successful hematopoietic stem cell transplantation saved Chen Shoumei from a sudden blood disease 8 years ago. Welcome to Diet Headlines. I'm Jess Ho. Thank you for joining us. Following the devastation of Typhoon Goni, Philippine Tzu Chi volunteers initiated a cash relief cleanup program in Batangas on the 4th of November. After 2 days of hard work, cleaning of the neighborhoods has been completed. At the same time, volunteers in Manila are getting ready for disaster evaluation in Albay, where an assessment team is set to depart on November 6th.
Calling out slogans with energy, the Cleaning for Home project marched into the second day. Locals have experience with this already, but with Tzu Chi volunteers' help, tasks were completed efficiently.
I was planning on using the money received these 2 days for my children's milk powder and other items. Me and my husband don't have work now, and we are grateful to Tzu Chi coming to help us.
A firefighting volunteer crew uses a water cannon, along with trucks to clean the originally trash-filled streets. Now the street has returned to its state before the flood.
Now we have the pandemic and the typhoon hit recently. We live in a tough situation. I'm grateful to Tzu Chi because you came to help us and now our lives have been improved.
River Subdivision Work for Relief has gathered 1,082 people over 2 days, and tasks were completed on November 5th. On the other end of the Philippines, in the Tzu Chi grounds of Manila, volunteers have organized disaster relief packages, waiting for Albay's team departure as the supplies will be sent immediately to the hardest hit areas.
Following the death of her husband and son, recycling volunteer Wu Meihua suffered from great grief until one day she watched ITV by chance when Master Cheng Yin's teachings opened up her mind. Now Meihua transforms Master's teachings into song lyrics to promote environmental protection.
Singing an original song, these people are the best representatives for Huasan Recycling Station. They are also known as the 5 lotus flowers. Within the crew leader Wu Meihua is at the age of 77 and still loves learning. But under all the smiles, she had a tragic past. 9 years ago, Wu Meihua's oldest son and husband passed away. She also suffered from Parkinson's disease. This made her feel discouraged and depressed.
After her husband passed away, those times were horrible. She ate and slept on repeat, and her face was swollen. Even though she slept a lot, she was also tired the entire day.
Until Wu Meihua tuned into Dai television and listened to Master Cheng Yin's teachings, she felt better, and part of the teachings became her life philosophy.
After visiting care recipients who are physically challenged, they still have to live despite being disabled. I learned to cherish blessings.
I feel like life has gotten easier. These recycling Tzu Chi brothers and sisters treated her like a family member.
Taking notes in front of the television is the daily routine of Wu Meihua. Now she enjoys her life.
Thank you, Master Cheng Yin, for creating Tzu Chi, allowing me to find a meaning in life.
Following a free clinic in August, Taiwan teamer discovered the family of a recycling volunteer Zhang Yun living in Jinlong Nuanyuan district is in need of assistance. Due to a paralyzed son and a daughter-in-law suffering from schizophrenia, Tzu Chi volunteers immediately provided second-hand assistive devices to this family.
Volunteers utilize lifts to transport wheelchairs towards the second floor. Walking into the room, within a few square meters, things are piled up everywhere. This space is where Mr. Su lives. Due to a paralyzing spinal injury, causing the son to lay in bed for 10 years, this situation was solved when the wife asked Tzu Chi for an assistive device.
Because she told me that she originally is going to borrow an assistive device from the center, but they never gave her a clear answer on when they can provide one for her. So immediately called me and told me about her husband's situation, as he needs a high-back wheelchair.
TEMA members have discovered the tough situation recycling volunteer Zhang Yun is in. Through a free clinic and in order to assist her family, volunteers even brought a medical electric bed for her son.
It is great help, very good help. I'm very thankful to you. Without you, he really doesn't know what to do.
If we want to put it down, we had to crank it manually. Now we're just using a remote controller. We can be standing, so we no longer have to bend down.
Not only the oldest son is paralyzed, and the daughter-in-law of the second son suffers from schizophrenia, the entire family is bothered by poverty. Tzu Chi volunteers arrive to give emergency cash, providing care and aid in time.
I'm very fortunate and grateful to Tzu Chi because they have these items for our use. It's hard for me to even buy or rent these items.
Volunteers have given Zhang Yun a walking aid, as these second-hand assisted devices are repaired and renewed. The continuation of items provide hope to poor families.
A new Taipei City, Linkou Jingsi Books and Cafe has become a venue for Tzu Chi Community C-Level Long-Term Care Center. Volunteers invite elderlies together from local communities twice a week to encourage a healthy and sustainable lifestyle.
Linkou Jingsi Books and Cafe has become the venue for Tzu Chi Long-Term Care Level C station. For twice a week, classes for seniors are held here.
I put on pumpkin hats and play around. People said that seniors are like children, so we maintain the minds of children. I feel very good about it.
I have just said many words of the best wishes for them. I hope that in the future they can think about this phrase and purify their minds day by day.
Seniors usually lack opportunities to exercise, so Tzu Chi volunteers have invited them to play with the elastic band.
Using electric bands, they can stretch their muscles. They will have benefits of exercising. After our exercise today, they have gotten benefits of exercising their upper limbs.
Volunteers have designed these activities with wisdom. This way, seniors can relax and these exercises are helpful for our health. It is very good.
Each time I come here, I feel happy seeing the smiles on the faces of volunteers. I have made friends with Tzu Chi volunteers whom I look up to. Thank you very much.
Through their gatherings, seniors have broadened their social circles and maintained their physical health.
Taoyuan Daxi District Yuanshuling Recycling Education Station celebrates the 30th anniversary of Tzu Chi's environmental protection actions. Chinese medicine practitioners were invited as speakers for health seminars, which are hosted for recycling volunteers and hope to take care of their health as they continue on the path of Bodhisattva.
Because there's no way to quantify emotions, the patient can't figure out what kind of emotions he or she has.
Taoyuan Daxi District Yuanshuling Recycling Station held a health seminar inviting traditional Chinese medicine practitioners to talk about autonomic disorders, caring for volunteers using practical actions.
I'm so grateful to the recycling station. There are so many kind-hearted people who hold health seminars every year so as to maintain physical and mental health of the recycling volunteers.
It began to peel or leak at the back of station because it has been in the wind and under the sun for more than 10 years. I'm also grateful to Tzu Chi brothers and sisters for donating money, efforts, and time. we are slowly repairing it.
This volunteer shared her experience and gratefulness. A team of volunteers worked together to safeguard this recycling station, which is about 2,300 square meters, so that everyone can continue to protect the earth by doing recycling.
Especially for 3C products. If we bring it here but didn't sort it, it's useless. If you sort it into copper, plastic, hard rubber, etc., all these can be recycled and reused.
This guava bag cannot be recycled in other places. Only we at Tzu Chi can recycle it. If it is not recycled, it becomes garbage.
The 30th anniversary of environmental protection not only turns resources into gold, but also helps volunteers maintain physical and mental health as they walk the Bodhisattva path.
For our stem cell donation series, today we meet Chen Xiumei from Fengyuan, Taichung, who was diagnosed with a blood disease 8 years ago. Fortunately, a successful transplant pairing was made within 2 months, and her family is very grateful for the donor who saved her life.
Swinging with her whole body is Chen Xiumei, who on the badminton court can be described as quite athletic.
It feels so comfortable to sweat. It seems that her whole spirit is alive.
Actually, her skills and physical strength are equal to that of young competitors.
She's not bad, very flexible and agile. Compared to me though, of course I'm the master.
Originally loving sports and having a sunny personality, her life was going smoothly, but then 8 years ago it took a sharp turn.
Why did such a healthy mother suddenly feel as if she is about to leave us?
Chronic leukemia consumes all her energy, and the targeted drugs she took treated her symptoms but not the root cause of the disease. It seems that the fate favored her, as within 2 months a successful match was made.
Doctors cannot guarantee what will happen after the transplant. After her whole head was shaved, her face went completely pale because she was ready to undergo chemotherapy. It was hard for me to accept this big shock.
Choosing the transplant gave herself a chance at rebirth, but she also faced other worries.
During the transplant, some cells in our body are killed. When I was about to be discharged from the hospital, the nurse told me that I was like a baby and had started learning things step by step.
On the one hand, we had to encourage her because we can't let her see that we are actually really scared.
We have no way to experience the hardships she feels along the way. Family is actually the most important thing to accompany her.
Walking thousands of miles together, this family firmly held on to each other.
The change of finding a match is really slim.
I don't know if the donor was a boy or girl. I'm also very curious now. I want to see him and I really want to thank them in person.
Actually, I really look forward to doing it. After we donate, we really hope to save a life. If it is a life or death situation, sometimes we're really worried about this person, as fate can be very strange.
Originally a substitute teacher, after donating stem cells, a miracle happened.
At that time, Taipei accepted me, and so did Tainan. After all, Tainan is my hometown, so I was really happy to come back to my hometown in the south. I was really happy at the time.
Being accepted with formal teacher qualifications may not be good karma for his helping others, but Xiao Wuhong is sure that blood is thicker than water.
In the life, meeting this other person is something that one is very much looking forward to.
Being able to have a healthy body to help others do what they wish to do in their life helps give meaning to my life.
If I did not have him, I really wouldn't be here today.
Use a healthy body to do good deeds helps continue this good affinity for others.
We shall all give back. My life has been reborn. People need help and relief. I'll help.
The raining season is around the corner for Indonesia. In order to prevent flooding, the sanitation workers from Environmental Protection Bureau of the Tangerang City Council are working vigorously to clean Tzu Chi River despite the pandemic.
This is the daily lives of the sanitation workers at the Cisadane River in Tangerang. Even though the pandemic is still ongoing, but that does not stop them from working. They continue to carry out their cleaning works every day from 7 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Using nets and bags, they hop on the small boats to collect all the rubbish. Moving into the raining season, their jobs have become even harder. Besides collecting all the floating rubbish, they need to jump into the river to clear the blockage in the surrounding drains.
We try our very best to clean up all the rubbish in the river. Every day from morning till afternoon, we collect about 70 bags of rubbish. Because all of the rubbish will contain water, therefore we cannot fill up every bag as it will be very heavy. Sometimes during the high tides or during rainy days, you can imagine the amount of rubbish flowing in the river.
Although the government has implemented laws in prohibiting the public from simply discarding their waste, yet the rubbish issue in the river still remains the same. The daily amount of rubbish being collected is around 20 to 40 kilos, with most of the rubbish being domestic waste and kitchen waste.
We often see people throwing rubbish into the river. We will head over to remind them that they must not throw this rubbish into the river. If they continue to do so, it will cause flooding in the future.
All the rubbish collected will then be sent to the Tangerang landfill. This group of people continue to remind the public not to throw rubbish into the river, as we all play an important role in preventing floods while also keeping the river clean.
In Indonesia, a special cafe in Bekasi, Jawa Barat is operated by a clown association, Aku Baju Indonesia, where all of the baristas are clowns and all the payments for coffees are made in donations to help orphans and children with cancer.
Pay as much as you want, order whatever coffee you'd like. These are the only rules to this clown coffee shop, which is located in West Java's Bekasi. At the cafe, all the baristas are dressed as clowns, and they make the perfect cup of coffee for each customer. When it comes time to pay, a clown will bring out a glass jar for the customer to make a donation. This clown cafe is established by Aku Baju Indonesia, and the money earned is to help orphans and children with cancer.
Our event is pay as you wish, drink as you wish. Drink as much coffee as you want. We donate the funds to help the children with cancer, orphans, or children who have been through disasters. This is one of our foundation's philanthropy.
During the invasion of COVID-19, the clowns have not been scheduled to work, thus they are here to help in the coffee shop. With the wait staff being clowns, it not only attracts customers, but their income also helps some of the clowns to make some money.
During the COVID period, we can't perform, so we thought of this coffee shop to help us gather donations to help the children.
Aku Baju Indonesia was established in 2018 with a bunch of professional clowns to help bring some laughter as medicine to the children who have been affected by disasters, cancer, or other traumatic experiences. They hope by entertaining them, they can provide some temporary relief during their time of healing.
In China, Shandong Tzu Chi volunteers have been visiting Zhaoyuanzhen nursing home regularly since 2014 until the interruption this year due to the pandemic. Fortunately, the visits were able to be resumed in October, where the elderlies were very happy to see their visitors. Tzu Chi's long-term care recipient Gong Zhenghui, who's suffering from ankylosing spondylitis, also joined this visit with his children.
Under the warm weather, Tzu Chi volunteers that visited Zhaoyuanzhen nursing home bring lively atmosphere.
You have given us so much, but we are unable to repay your kindness. For the seniors here, they have felt the care. The seniors here are very grateful. Thank you.
In fact, they do not lack food. They need spiritual support. We have been accompanying them for the past years. They have also felt our love for them.
It is unnecessary to use props, just sing and clap one's hand with sincerity.
Each time we come to the nursing home, it does not matter whether our singing or sign language songs are good or bad. The most important thing is we cheer up the grandpas and grandmas. This is sincerity.
Gong Yilin, who's playing the instrument, has come with her father, who suffers from ankylosing spondylitis, and another family member.
In the past, around the Double Ninth Festival, I felt that I just needed to love and respect the seniors in my family. However, after joining the activity today, I've realized that there are thousands of seniors out there waiting for our care.
I'll participate in this kind of activity more often. As my child joins this kind of activity, she can learn from the role models of fulfilling filial duties. I'm very touched. My child has never attended such activities before, but she performed very well. I give her my recognition.
Due to the pandemic, Tzu Chi volunteers' visits have been halted for several months. Finally, they are able to deliver their best wishes to the seniors once more.
In Shandong, Tzu Chi volunteers visited a nursing home in Qingdao to care for the elderlies, where the volunteers helped to trim the elderlies' nails and converse about their daily lives. As for the volunteers, each visit is also an opportunity for spiritual cultivation.
Shandong Tzu Chi volunteers go to the nursing home regularly to visit the seniors. On each visit, there are new volunteers.
Many people might not visit their parents once a month. However, Tzu Chi volunteers come once a month.
Not everyone can express their love for other people by themselves. If I see a stranger on the street and I express my care for him, he might feel frightened. But we are doing this as a team. This is a Tzu Chi spirit.
As the weather gets cold, volunteers prepare hot water to soak the grandpa's feet.
Everyone will get old. After all, they do not have children. So we are like their children. When I heard about this, I came with my elder sister.
Seniors lack spiritual support and they feel lonely. Every senior's conditions are different. Through our care for seniors, we also cultivate ourselves. We must become optimistic and open-minded.
As volunteers accompany the seniors with love, they have also learned from this life lesson.
In Chile, a 13-year-old boy in the slums is getting his own bed for the very first time. With 3 families living in the same house, Benjamin never had a bed of his own until this donation from Tzu Chi volunteers. Thank you for joining us and see you next time.